Hello guys, today I'd like to give you 3 examples about how to achieve interactive audio experience with JavaScript. In these examples, the audio will be controlled by buttons, mouse behavior, and scrolling. So let's start. In previous video, we play a music with one button that has play function only. Here, we'd like to control the music playback with 3 buttons, the play button, the pause button, and the stop button. If I click the play button, a music starts to play. When I click the pause button, the music stopped. If I click the play button again, it will play the music from where it paused. Let's pause it. But when I click the play button after the stop button click, it will play the music from the very beginning. Okay. Now let's create the JavaScript logic from the scratch. Here at the HTML side, I create 3 buttons and give some decoration in the opening buttons tag, and link the external JavaScript file that is here. So this is the previous logic codings. So let's copy this and create from scratch. Okay. First, we need to declare variables to hold the elements from HTML side. So we need to grab the audio resources and the 3 buttons. Okay, so let's declare okay, that's the variable. Now I'd like to create 3 functions: the stop function, pause function, and the play function, and linked with the 3 buttons. So function I called the play. Okay, and in the play, so player is the variable linked with the audio resources. So I can use the play function. So maybe the better change another name for the function we create. Music. Okay, and that's the play function. That's very easy. That's straightforward. So the second one is the pause. Music. The pause function, we still use player and pause function. That's our default function. And the function we called the stop music. And here, unfortunately, we don't have stop function. We will use the pause function and set the current time attribute. So the player dot current time equal to 0. Okay, we set the current time to 0 and pause. That means stop. So let's save it. Okay, now let's link the three functions we just create with the three buttons. What are we going to do is to use the add event listener method to do so. So let's drag the player btn and add event listener. In the parenthesis, we need to input two parameters. So first one is the click, that's the event name, and the second one is the function that be hooked with the click event. That is the play music event. Okay, if we save it and click the play button, that's work. So let's refresh and stop that. So let's add two functions to the two buttons. So add event listener and use the click and pause music and stop btn, add event listener, click, and the function name is stop music. Okay, save it. Let's try that again. Okay, play buttons work. Pause buttons work. Okay, play the music continually and stop. That's work. And the play button, it will play the music from the start. Okay, that's work. Okay, this is the first example showing you how to use the button to achieve the music playback behavior. Okay, yeah. Okay, next we are going to use the mouse hover to achieve the play and the pause function of a music playback. Like here, if I move my mouse on the picture, a music will play. When the mouse moved out of the picture, the music stopped. And when I come back, it play again, and move out, it stop again. It's paused exactly. Okay, let's to achieve this. For this example, here in HTML file, I use the img tag and the audio tag to insert a picture and audio resources. The audio I used is the first audio resources in the audio folder. Let's go to the JavaScript file, and basically we will use the on mouse over event and the on mouse out event to trigger the play and the pause function. But we need to declare variables to hold the picture and the audio resources first. Okay, let's declare the variable. Let we can use the music. Our document and get ID. Call it player. The ID is player linked with the music element. So for img, for the picture document, get ID, and here we call it img. Okay, now we have two variables holding linked with the two resources, and we could use the img variable on mouse over. Okay, mouse over equal the function we create. So we will insert some behavior or some state for this behavior. Here we will use the music and play, the default functions to play the music for img dot on mouse out equal function without the function name, but for the content we will use some statements to pause the music. Okay, music dot pause function. Use the pause function to achieve that. Okay, save it. And oh, sorry, not pause. Let's play. Save it. Okay, that's work. Okay, when I move my mouse over the picture, it's playing the music. When I move out, it is paused. For giving our user a better interactive experience, we could change the picture a little bit with the interaction, like the grayscale maybe. When we move our mouse on the picture will be colored. When the mouse move out, the picture will be gray. So let's create this. Okay, we grab the variable of the picture as img and use the style property and the filter, assign it with the grayscale. For the parameters, we use the percentage number to tell the picture, to set the picture's grayscale. Here, there's the playing state. We set it to 0. That means the picture will be colorful. And copy this one and insert that after the paused function. But don't forget to change the parameter to 100%. That means the picture will be totally gray. Okay, and save it. Okay, when we move the mouse out, the picture is gray. It's colorful, it's gray. Okay, let's move to the further step to play a different music every mouse overing. It means we will play a music randomly from a music collection. Maybe you have recognized that I have already inputted 2 extra soundtracks in the audio folder. We could play them through some specific methods. So let's declare an array. We could call it the musics. Okay, and use a square bracket to hold the 3 different soundtracks. The basic method to play a different music is to set the audio element with a different audio resources address. Like here, if we change the audio resources, the src attribute, with a different address, like the track 3, if we save it, and it will play the 3rd audio resources. Okay, that means for the audio array, we should insert 3 audio resources as the 3 items. So let's copy the audio address from the HTML and paste in the musics array, and paste again. So here should be 2, here should be 3. Okay, the track 3. Okay, and save it. So in a function linked with the mouse over event, before the play function, we should change the music src property with a random address from the array we called the musics. So musics, but here in the square bracket, we should insert a random index based on the length of this array. Okay, here we need a random number as the index. to access a random address, and we will declare a variable to hold that random index. So maybe we could call it a random number, and we will use the math dot random this method to get a random number from 0 to 1. But that's not what we need. We will need a random number from 0 to the maximum number based on the length of this array. So we should multiply the length of the array. So that is music's.length. Okay. So this is will return a number from 0 to the maximum number based on the length of the array. But here, as an index for an array, that's an integer. It's not a number. So we need some function or some method to convert a number to an integer. So we will use the parse int that will convert any number to a integer. Okay, something like here. So in the curly bracket, we can input the random number. Okay, if we move our mouse over the picture, let's play a music. Okay, same one. Oh, this is another one. Yeah, the third one. First one. Yeah, different. Yeah. So this is the result we achieved. For next example, we will use the scrolling to control an audio's volume and other things. Let's do it. In the scrolling control example, we have set a map as a background of this web page. If you check the picture in Atom, I mean the background map, you can find the pixel size of this picture. It is the 3000 pixels wide and the 3000 pixels height. It's much wider and higher than the size of this window. It provides us space to explore with the scrolling. What we are going to achieve is to play the music when we scroll to a specific area, like this. Okay. Now we reach the area. If we leave this area, and the music, this volume will be changed gradually. So let's go to JavaScript and to see how to achieve this. In JavaScript file, let's comment the codes I have already made. Okay. The first thing is to trigger the scroll event. We use the window on scroll this event to trigger some function we will make later. That means the function will be triggered when we scroll on this page. So that's we can call the function. We don't need the function name, and we do need a function, custom functions here. So let's create the function. Yeah, we called it the scrolling control. Okay, and we use the scrolling control as to call the function when we scroll on this page, because we use the onScroll event to trigger this function. Okay. we can log something here to see if the scrolling will work or not. So maybe scrolling and save it. Let's go to the web page inspector and go to console up here. Okay, when we scroll, now it's show us I'm scrolling. Cool. So next we need to get the scroll value and use that to control the volume of the music. Let's exit that one, and yeah, in the function scrolling control, we use the document and document element. This is the root element of the document of our HTML, and yeah, there's a property we called the scroll left. Okay, and this will return the value when you scroll to the left. I mean the value of scrolling horizontally. Okay, we could assign this value to a variable. We can scroll x. Okay, and semicolon, and we can declare another variable to hold the vertical scrolling value. Scroll y equal. Okay, let's copy and paste here, but the property is scroll top. Okay, let's save it. Here we'd like to log these two values. So log the scroll x and log scroll y, and save it. We use the inspector to check what the value are. Let's close this one. Well, let's undefined. I suppose I scroll left. Oh, okay. This should be uppercase L, and let's turn. Okay, now it's work. Now you can find the value of the is keep changing is the vertical scrolling value. If I scroll to the right, you can see another value is changing, but the vertical scrolling value is static. Okay, so you can change like this. Cool. The basic idea to control the volume with the scrolling is to use the distance between the position we scroll to and the position where the music is. When the distance less than specific value, the volume should start to change from 0. When the distance is 0, the volume should reach the maximum value. That means we scrolled to the place where the music is. So here we need to define a specific position for the audio. It's a virtual position based on the map. Let's see the map. I hope the music is positioned in the center. It should be the 1500 in X and 1500 in Y. Okay, let's create another target X, that's 1500, and let's target Y is 1500. Okay, let's save it. The method we got the distance between the 2 points. It's a math class method. We call it the hypotenuse. Let's declare the distance to hold the distance value equal math and hypotenuse. Okay, and for the parameters, it required the target required the point A, X minus the point B X. Okay, and the point A Y minus point B Y. It required the formula like this. So for our cases, we will use the we will use the target X minus the scroll X, and use the target Y to minus the scroll Y. Okay, and let's log the distance. Get rid of the log for scroll Y and save it. Let's open the inspect and go to console. Exit this. If we okay, you can see there's a distance. We try to close to the position in the center of the picture. Okay. Okay, now you can find the up left corner, reach the center of the middle circle when the distance, the value close to 0. Here we want to show the middle circle in the center of the browser window. That means the position hold the music should go up left a little bit, and it means the target X value and the target Y value should be less than the 1500. Let's try the 1000 and 1000 and save it. Let's exit the arrow and try to, yeah. Now if we set the middle circle in the center of the window, the browser's window, it's very close to the 0. Okay, although it's not very accurate, but it's close to what we want. Okay, now let's play the music. Before to do so, we need a variable to hold the music. So music equal document.get by ID and music, I believe. Let's go back to our HTML site to check the ID for the audio. Yeah, that's music. And let's play the music after music.play. Let's save it. Yeah, let's play immediately, but let's set the volume and equal to 0. The value for a volume should be a number from 0 to 1. Okay, when the distance less than maybe 1000, start to change the volume from 0. Okay, we could set the music volume equal a number from 0 to 1. We should have the code like this. So distance divide 1000, because we want to check if the distance less than 1000. Okay, because the volume should be a number from 0 to 1. Here we should use 1 to minus that. Okay, now get a value to control the volume. Okay, yeah, let's see this. Okay, now you can hear the volume is very low, and if we move to scroll to the center, and the volume reach the maximum of value of that. Yeah, does it work? Maybe the range is too large. Let's change 700 and 700. Save it. Okay. More. Yeah, that's work. Okay, that's the 3 examples I want to cover to control the audio with the buttons, the mouse over, and the scrolling. You can implement them in your project directly, or you can make a further enhancement based on your case. Okay, good luck and happy coding.